Namaste.
Pranam.
We have been discussing the Natya Rasas. You remember there are 8 Natya Rasas with their corresponding Bhavas. In the last lesson, we discussed in detail 4 Rasas. Could you name them?
Yes, ma'am. Shringar.
Good. Shringar,
Hasya.
Hasya,
Karun.
Karun,
And 41 Rodra.
Raudra. Now, could you tell me the bhava that corresponds with Shringar Rasa?
Rati.
Rati. Very good. Then with Hasya,
Has.
good. Then Karun,
Shok.
Shok. And finally with Raudra, Krodh. I'm very happy that you remember what we have learned. Shringar Ras, which emanates from Rati Bhava. Could you just show a little bit, enact a little bit of Shringara Ras? Yes. It's romantic, slightly erotic, and this deals with beauty of nature, beauty of women, beauty of love, and generally you have the moon, you have flowers, you have birds singing, you have men and women walking together in a romantic mood, talking to each other, or even actions that are romantic. It is a very beautiful rasa. And it also shows involvement because you are emotionally involved in the situation. The second ras enumerated by the Natya Shastra is Hasya ras with the Sthai Bhava Has. Can we try to enact this? Come. This can be shown in a loud way, which is done by people of a lower stature, and in a very refined and sophisticated way, as done by people of higher stature. Then we have Karun Ras with the Sthai Bhav Shok. When you see some near and dear one dying, or in a pitiful situation, or anything that gives sorrow to you, that makes you sad, you feel compassion and pity, and so it is a situation which again brings in involvement, because in Hasya Ras you are removed from the situation, otherwise you couldn't laugh, but here you are totally involved. So let us try to portray Karun Ras. Then Raudra with the Sthai Bhav Krodh. So when you are very angry, different situations that make you very angry, and you want to fight, you want to kill, you want to destroy, you just want to shout, and so you have Krodh, and that is Raudra Rasa. Today, we will go on to the next rasa, which is Veera Rasa. And the Sthai Bhav is Utsaha, energy, determination, sort of wanting to become victors and wanting to have everything within your grasp in a good way, not in a sort of way that you want to sort of just get hold of everything, but you want to win over everything. So let us hear what the Natya Shastra has to tell us.
Utsah adhyavasayad vishaditvad vismaya mohat vividha artha visheshad virraso nama sambhavati.
So Utsaha is energy, determination, the desire to do something. Then Adhyavasaya is when you are determined to do something and you are putting in your complete mind and soul and you're working hard at it. Then again with Vir Rasa, there is no stupor, no lethargy. You are full of energy. So when you do Vir Ras, think of the great heroes like Ram, like Arjun. So can we try to portray Vir Rasa? Come. Each in your own way, try to show Vir Rasa. Here I am. I'm going for a battle. So you have the heroic temperament. Again, regarding Vir Rasa, we have another couplet in the Natya Shastra.
Sthiti dhairya virya garva otsah parakrama prabhavaishcha vakyaishcha akshepa kritai virrasa samyak abhineya.
So, to enact Vir Rasa, you must show patience, determination, energy, and you should not have any lethargy. And Vir Rasa can be shown through heroic words, heroic actions, and heroism in a situation of a battle. Okay. We now come to the next rasa, which is Bhayanak. Bhayanak, and the sthai bhava is bhay. When you're frightened, then you are in a situation where you show Bhayanak rasa. Let us hear what the Natya Shastra has to say.
Vikritarava Sattvadarshana Sangrama Aranya Shunya Grihagamana Guru Nripayora Paradhat Kritakascha Bhayanaka Geya.
So when you hear distorted sounds, then when you see ghosts before you, when you're in the middle of a battle, or alone in a house, or again all alone in a forest. These are situations which can make you frightened. Then again, sometimes you can show a sort of mock fear for your guru or teacher or for your king. So all these are situations which can make you experience fear, and so you have bhai, which results in bhayanak rasa. So these are the causes, the vibhav, and let us hear the anubhav, or how we express this rasa through our body or our face or even our speech. The next couplet.
गात्र मुख दृष्टि भेदै ओरो स्तंभ अभिवीक्षण उद्वेगै सन्मुख शोष हृदय स्पंदन रोमद गमैश्च भयम्.
So, in your face, your eyes, your voice, and everything, you have the expression of fear. Your heart starts beating. You are absolutely frightened, and you're like in the lower part of your body also, your thighs, your entire waist and everything, you have a sort of feeling of constriction. Try to think of these situations and try to portray the rasa.
Da 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 sa sa re ga re sa ni sa da ma da ni. Da da sa sa re ga re sa ni sa da ma da ni ni da ni sa 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 sa.
So these are all expressions of bhaya. Now the next ras is vibhatsa. Now bhayanak is when you're frightened of something, but vibhatsa is a state which is even more sort of intense, when you just simply are disgusted. You see something horrible, something that you just cannot tolerate. Okay? And so from this thayi bhava, jugupsa, comes the rasa vibhatsa.
अनभिमत दर्शनेन च रसगन्धस्पर्श शब्ददोषैश्च उद्वेजनैश्च बहुभिर्विभत्सरस समुद्भवति.
If you see something that is totally disgusting, if you hear something that is disgusting, if you smell something that is disgusting, or even taste something that is disgusting, in fact, whenever you have something that you are totally repelled with, you just can't stand it, then you have, or rather you experience disgust, which results in vibhatsa rasa. And how do we express it? Through our body? Let us hear what the Natya Shastra says.
Mukhanetra vikūdanaya nasa prachadana वनमितास्यै अभक्तपादपतनैः बिभत्स सम्यगभिनया.
Our face, our eyes, even our nose are all in a way distorted. Even our body, our feet, rather our legs, they all have this expression of total disgust. Can we try to portray this? Come. You try to imagine that you are seeing something that repels you, or hearing horrible words, or smelling a terrible scent. In fact, anything that disgusts you. So we will hear some music and then try to portray Bibhatsa rasa.
Dhada sa sa dhada sa sa ga sa dhada sa ga sa pa ma dhada ni 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 da ma da 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 ma ga dha sa ga ga sa 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 ga ga sa 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 ga ga sa.
Yes, so your face, your nose, your eyes all become in a way distorted because you're so disgusted. Now, we come to the 8th rasa, and here, whereas in Bibhatsa everything was being constricted, you were sort of making yourself smaller, your nose, your eyes, but in Bibhatsa everything expands because it is a rasa which brings amazement and wonder. You are amazed at what you see. We will hear the shloka from the Natya Shastra regarding Adbhuta Ras. And you know that the sthai bhava is vismay, wonder. Oh, it's so wonderful. So, vismay is the sthai bhav of ras adbhuta. The Natya Shastra says,
Yatvati shayartha yuktam vakyam shilam cha karmarupam cha evistvartha visheshai rasa adbhuta nama bhigya.
so when we hear words or a speech that fills us with wonder, or when we look at the beauty of a person, or admire his actions, or even his character, or look at something wondrous, all this fills us with vismay, wonder, and so we experience Adbhuta Rasa. It's so wonderful. Could we try to portray Adbhuta Rasa with music? Think of something wondrous, larger than life, something that amazes you. Okay, so with the music. In this lesson, we have learnt 4 new rasas. Remember? Can you name them? The first was
Veer.
Veer Rasa. Veer Rasa, or the heroic mood, is associated with the Sthai Bhav, Utsaha, or energy. So, enactment of Veer Rasa.
Mama dha mama ni ni dha da sa sa ni da ma ga sa mama dha mama ni ni dha da sa sa ni da ma ga ma sa.
The next rasa is
Bhayanak.
Bhayanak, when you are frightened, and it emanates from the Sthai Bhava, Bhay, or fear. Now, let us enact this with the music.
Dha da da sa sa re re ga ga re sa dha ma da sa ni da ma ga re ga sa. Dha da da sa sa re re ga sa dha da ma ga re sa dha sa.
Now we come to the seventh rasa, which is Vibhatsa, disgust, emanating from the Sthai Bhav, Jugupsa, or when we see something horrible. We will enact it with the music.
Dha dha sa ga sa ga ma ma dha sa sa da ma ma ga sa dha da sa sa. Dha da sa ga ma ma da sa da da ma ma ga sta ta dha sa.
And the eighth ras is Adbhuta. When we see something that fills us with wonder or Vismay, Vismay is the Sthai Bhav of Adbhuta Rasa. Let us portray this. We now know 8 Natya Rasas together with their Sthai Bhavas. We know the reasons which give rise to the Bhavas, the Vibhav or the cause of the Bhava. We know how these Bhavas are expressed through our face and our body, the Anubhavas. Now, since we are dealing with the dance style of Kathak, I would also like to mention Bhakti Rasa. Bhakti Bhava give rise to Bhakti Rasa because in Kathak, which is steeped in the Vaishnavite tradition, most of the bhajan and the thumri presentations are associated with bhakti. And in Bhakti Rasa, we again have 4 divisions, 4 ways of looking at God, who is in fact Krishna. You can look on him and feel that he is your child and experience the love of a mother towards a child, which is Vatsalya Ras. Then you might think of Krishna as your friend, your Sakha, and so you have Sakhya Ras. You can think of him as your Lord and Master. That is Dasya Ras. Dasya Ras. And you can think of him as your beloved or your husband. And from this madhur or beautiful experience, we have madhurya, the ras madhurya, from madhur ras madhurya. In fact, most of the bhajans and thumris show the devotee as someone who thinks that he or she is totally in love with Krishna. In fact, even men think that they are in love with Krishna, for in Vaishnavism, Krishna is the Param Purush and everyone else is Prakriti or in the feminine form. So these 4 rasas are very important, and amongst them Madhurya and Vatsalya are very important. Madhurya is when Radha is expressing her feelings or the gopis are expressing their feelings. And again we have the ever loving, ever beautiful Yashoda, and Yashoda's feelings towards Krishna, and Yashoda's friends also have the same feeling, are that of Vatsalya, where they love Krishna as their child. The idea of Vaishnavism is that you should not be removed from God. You should think that God is very close to you. You should have an emotional attachment. And so if you think of God as your beloved or your child or your friend or your master, you're very close to God. These Vaishnava rasas, which are not actually mentioned in the Natya Shastra, but these have been associated with Kathak for a number of centuries. So even when discussing the rasas of the Natya Shastra, we, the performers of Kathak, should be aware of the Vaishnava rasas as well. So remember the 8 Natya rasas, because even while portraying a bhajan, some of these rasas come in. Like you can say that Krishna did such a wondrous act, and so you have Adbhuta ras coming. Then when you're laughing at some antic of Krishna, because Krishna is a rich person's son. I mean, his father, or rather his foster father, owns so much of land and so many cows, and so why does he have to steal from other people and get butter? So that is something funny. So that is Hasya ras. Then when you see a very sad situation, Krishna too feels sorry, and so compassion, Karun ras comes in. So all these 8 Natya rasas described in the Natya Shastra are also important in Kathak. But along with that, we must also remember the Vaishnavite rasas. You have learnt a lot about the rasas, the bhavas, the vibhav, anubhav. I am sure you will remember them, try to experience them, and above all, what Bharat says is that you can learn what causes the rasas, how to express them through your face, through your body, but unless you feel from within, the rasas cannot be naturally or wonderfully expressed. So you have to enter a situation or enter the being of a character. So remember all these ideas and precepts, and I'm sure you will become wonderful dancers. I wish you all the best. Namaste.